Papa Boner, Hajime Mashite. My homeboy just lost all his crypto, man. Think I'ma send him over your way. Maybe you could teach him something for me, man. Teach him how to protect this crypto.
Sure, very easy. You would have poorly managed your seed phrases. You would have either released them in the physical world by leaving them out.
All my crypto secure. I follow Papa Boner. He used MetaMask. Now it's crypto a goner. You should have seen his face. He was hot like the summer. It sucks to lose all your money. Man, that shit really not funny. All my crypto secure. I follow Papa Boner. He used MetaMask. Now it's crypto a goner. You should have seen his face. He was hot like the summer. It sucks to lose all your money. Man, that shit really not funny. All my crypto is safe, cause I got it on Treasure. Yeah, his seeds got backdoored, cause he got it on Ledger.
Get a hardware wallet, you guys.
So you know you gotta do better. Got a DCA, so gotta stack cheddar. In Hexaco, cause I had to change the weather. You gotta be smart when you in DeFi.
That's right, Pulsechain. Trezor still got the Black Friday deal going on. So get yourself one.
And follow Papa Boner.
Follow Papa Boner.
Using your keyboard on either your phone or your PC to do so, that of course,
So is he in the chat? Let's go.
allow either a man-in-the-middle attack.
Miss Avalon fan, tiny widow.
All my crypto secure. I follow Papa Boner. He used MetaMask. Now it's crypto a goner. You should have seen his face. He was hot like the summer. It sucks to lose all your money. Man, that shit really not funny. All my crypto secure. I follow Papa Boner. He used MetaMask. Now it's crypto a goner. You should have seen his face.
Ecstatic, let's go.
He was hot like the summer. It sucks to lose all your money. Man, that shit really not funny.
Is you guys' talking about.
Hello, Cell Pressure. How are you today? Whining and crying and complaining while pressing Cell?
Bill collector at my door.
Good morning, you guys. When Bob's.
Okay, I know the word maxi's kind of rough, right? But a lot of us are kind of like Hex maxis, right? Listen, I could be tolerant, man. You guys do whatever you want to do, right? I'm like, everything I learned from Richard Hart, right, about crypto worked. And every time I don't follow that, it fails, right? So, and then but I keep doing it, right? So, because I got to fail, I got to have some sort of experiment like that, you know?
In the crypto world, there was a man named Hart fighting the SEC, a battle of the smart with Hex and Pulsechain. But he made his mark, but the SE came knocking with a mighty bark.
You do the work, because I've been doing it. You do the work too. You've been doing the work, dude. Everybody doing the work. Everyone's doing the work. Everyone who does the work consistently. DJ Cryptomatic was in here. He does the work every week, weekly, every other day, doing streams every day. Come on. And what you gonna say? What? And you gonna tell somebody like him, oh yeah, we need more marketing. DJ Cryptomatic, music, every other day. I see on my thing live. This music. He got country. He got hip hop. He got roller skating. He got pop. Whatever you want, he got it. That's one example. I'm just saying his name because he came in my stream. He's a streamer, a supporter. Been a supporter for years. And what you gonna say? What you gonna tell him? What? Oh, we need more marketing.
The biggest winner, of course, was Hex, and we want to know, well, what the heck?
What the heck?
What the heck?
What the heck?
What the hex?
On a Sunday.
Huh? What the heck is that about? Well, why have you summoned me?
Well, we got nothing better to do. You know,
That's true.
The crazy hex pump is taking a little breather.
Yeah.
So I thought we might as well.
Okay.
Maybe Sunday is the better day. Maybe
well,
we're getting
okay.
more views. I don't know.
Really? How many people are here?
50.
What?
Yes. That's
This
not
is
too
a
shabby.
surprise. Not too shabby.
But we did a bit of promo too on the X, on the Twitter. So thanks for
I didn't
tuning in, everybody.
retweet it.
Thanks
I got to
for coming
retweet.
Yeah, you got to retweet the show announcement.
Let me do that.
How was your weekend, Papa B?
Well, it is very lovely still. I'll tell you what. I'll tell you what. It's a humbling experience to go up in one's attic and find out what past you was thinking when he stowed shit away for safekeeping.
Oh.
And you open stuff up and you're like, well, this is like, a 1977 Kenner Star Wars figure. It used to be in pristine condition and now it's been like, gassing off plastics and it feels all sticky and now it needs tender loving care. Why didn't I just wrap it the right way type of thing? So I'm in the recovery phase. I've got a lot of dish soap and toothbrushing to do on Princess Leia's crotch.
But didn't you, like when you were in Japan all these years, you didn't have all that stuff with you for space reasons?
No. I
because there you live in a shoebox, right?
Yeah. No, I had it in check this out. I'm such a fucking hoarder. I had it geographically spread out in 3 different locations in the United States.
Oh.
And I had to aggregate it all into like a brand new shed that I built. But we're talking like a shed stacked to the rafters, like you could never get inside. And it was just sitting there for 12 years while I was renting out the place. Wow. And then I come back and my wife, my new forever wife, says, what the hex? It's like, what did I get into?
Where are we putting all this stuff?
Exactly.
Back
like,
to the shed.
Exactly. It's like, and it's funny when if you make the mistake of wrapping things up and keeping them in there, they better be things that are like seriously important to you with a huge intrinsic value and no value to anyone else on earth. Before you start putting them away. Because when you take out like a PC or something, it's like the technology is it's defunct, right? it'd be fun to take like an Apple Power PC, old school laptop barely. I mean, it's like, what are you gonna do with this shit? And it was taking up space. I mean, like old audio equipment, old video equipment that's,
I found that too with some of my old audio stuff that is only Windows 95 supported. From a hardware perspective, and they wouldn't develop drivers for not even XP. So I was like, dude, what I'm doing with that? That's like very nostalgic.
Case in point, I have a full size CNC machine. This is like the type of thing that moves the router on hard materials and wood. Huge thing. I built a cabinet for it. I mean, it was like a big ticket item when I bought it.
Yeah.
All those years of non-use, I went and I got the only style PC that runs on like Windows 98 or some shit like that. And it requires a special port to get into it, to get the vectors all right. The PC is dead, so goodbye. And then the piece of machinery has been replaced. Nowadays, we use 3D printers that sit on your desktop to do the same thing.
Yeah.
So I got like a huge boat anchor of a liability. I've been throwing out desiccant machines. I mean, truly, I would say 120 square feet of absolute shit to throw away.
Yeah.
So, but but again, the Star Wars collection, it was a delight to find. I mean, there are things I have that are still in their boxes. I was a crazy fucking kid in the 70s and 80s. You don't even know what it's like for your mom to gift you like a piece of paper that awards you 4 breakthrough little character lookalikes, as they used to call them, Star Wars figures, and you got to wait until they come in the mail at some unforeseen time, and then that's your prized possession, right? So my mom made sure I had all my guns, that all the figures were in their right locations, and I was a weird kid. I just took really good care of my Star Wars stuff.
Jabba the Hutt.
I got like versions of different figures, including Jabba the Hutt.
Oh, by the way, we got a Wookiee in the chat.
Woo! Yeah, nice.
He said, "Make it stop." What? We haven't even started yet, you guys. Well, thanks. Thanks for tuning in.
How the charts looking while we're streaming? There,
yeah,
DJ?
special episode. Which I don't know which website now to use for looking at the charts. I mean, hold on. How do I share?
We use the Toby one. We don't need a web.
Yeah,
we don't need no stinking websites. We got Toby. Trading View. No, we're back on everything. Because SEC has been defeated. What's the matter?
I told you that I should better reboot.
Uh-oh.
And then we thought it was too late to run the stream. And now to share a tab, it wouldn't do it. Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Fuck. And I can't even then... Because the whole purpose of the show was to showcase the new PulseTube website.
You got me out of bed for this on a Sunday?
I have a stuck white screen. Oh, that can't be real right now.
Can you when Toby comes, can you throw the ball over to him and can he run with it or no?
No.
Can you quickly get a whiteboard and a pen?
Fuck. So what do? We have to shut it down. We have to start over. I can't believe this is happening.
So does that mean that you have to change the number of the episode, or do you do a 0.5 or a B designation?
I delete the show so far with all your.
No, this is the best show we've ever done.
But now I can't even get back to the.
Ladies and gentlemen, you've tuned in for a technical meltdown, and you're gonna get it.
Oh, I can't believe this is happening right now.
Well, I can believe it. We've had technical issues before.
Oh, and it's even frozen on YouTube.
Ooh, nice. So we're not even broadcasting.
No. All right. So stay where you are, and we come right back.
Reboot the box. Do I need a new link?
Maybe. I will. I'll let you know.
I'll be standing by. Here we go.
Hark.
What if our guests don't show up either?
Yeah.
Well, now that the show is all mine, how you doing?
Testing 1 2. Can you guys hear me? Wow. It's incredible. But so we kept the stream. So I rebooted my computer and the stream is still going. That is interesting. Wow. So now we need to get Papa B back. Okay. Send out a link. Okay, Existentialist says we have audio. Thank you. Okay, sorry about that, guys. That was stupid. I thought, I saw that my Windows had crashed in the background when we went live, and I thought, hey, I only need my web browser to do this, so I don't need anything else. But of course, then sharing screens doesn't work, so I should have better done the reboot, which we have done now. So let me just send the link to Toby and to Papa Boner. Hey!
Does Toby have the link?
Yes, the stream actually went live all the time. So you, hey Peter.
Hello. I'm here for just a moment. I don't have my clown costume, so
you could have
You don't
entertained
have your
the chat.
Klumpestein? What?
What?
You said I don't have my Klumpestein.
Clown costume.
All right, so we're back on the air.
You don't need that.
We're back on the air. We still have 100 people, so thanks for sticking with us. Apologies for the technical difficulties.
Wow, there was we can work in a technical issue. Please stand by.
No, we can't work in anything because we kept going.
So what is the stream about?
We're live right now, by the way.
Oh, are we?
Of course.
Oh man.
Hey, Toby. Thanks.
Sure.
Thanks for showing up, everybody.
Yeah.
That was weird.
That was nice.
That was weird.
It's the best what the hex ever.
Was my video still going and you could see me doing nasty things to myself?
Oh, did you? Oh my God.
Yes.
It's amateur night at the Apollo. That's right.
Where's the guest? I thought that was the whole thing.
No, I'm the guest.
Oh, you're the guest. Okay.
Guess what?
I'm the
So
presenter.
DJ, can you tell us? Give us your story. Like, how did you first get into Hex?
No, I'll tell you my story, my relationship with the PulseTube. Right?
Oh, okay. Right on.
Okay, so this has nothing to do with the three of you, but please carry me along with this.
Very little does have to do with the three of us.
Tiny. So I started my Twitch channel in January 21. And on my first show, which was really like a tester, and I only tweeted it out on my own Twitter account, which had 100 follows at the time, or something ridiculous. But because I made a Hex hashtag, some Hexicans saw it, and then they came in the chat, and there was the first guy ever to say something in my chat on Twitch was Togosh at the time, who had developed the hexstreamers.com website, which is like an aggregator of all the YouTube channels on Hex, and then he branched out to the Twitch channels too, because for a while Hexologist was also streaming on Twitch. So he put everybody up there. It's like a basic list with all the channels, and each time you would just see when somebody is live. So for the first 2 years, I want to say we had hexstreamers.com, and because he was like the first one to recognize me as a Hex streamer and immediately put me on the side and helped me grow my channel. That's why I always had a fantastic relationship with Togosh, who is also involved with Hex Postcards, the Hex Guild and those guys. And I eventually met him in Vegas in 23. I didn't know how he looked, and we were in the same elevator. And so there was this guy with the Hex shirt and was like, "Oh, you're Cryptomatic." I'm like, "Yeah, I'm Togosh." So that's always funny when you like don't know these people, but they don't know you. So it's really interesting. And then he eventually, the SEC thing started with the subpoenas and inquiries, and also Hex Postcards became more his focus. Eventually, he stopped developing the Hex Streamers aggregator further, and then wouldn't add new channels to it. And then also we had the first the Xen and some vampire attacks, and he was not really happy with people shilling other shit to the Hexicans. You know how that goes. So he was like not really happy with many of the streamers that he had been promoting all these years on that side. So he stopped eventually almost shut it down. And then at that time, Hexistentialist, who is also in the chat here, stepped up and brought his own version of the Hex YouTube channel aggregator website, brought that to life, which is called the PulseTube. You can check it out at thepulsetube.com. Even though when you go onto the actual PulseTube website, and let me see if I can share right now. Yes, I can. You see my system is back. That's so nice. All you see is this right now. So no more the PulseTube. It's just a placeholder because he's working on an updated version, which is the theme of the show tonight. We're going to show you that. So he basically took over and made a better version of the old Hex Streamers website. And also Togosh forwarded his domain onto the PulseTube. So that's basically version 2. And then at one point, it was even rumored that I am the CEO of the PulseTube website. And that I would be the one who's deciding who gets to be on that website and who doesn't. And it was he calls himself the biggest streamer of the UK. He brought these rumors about, which is of course absolute bullshit. Couldn't be further from the truth. But the way the PulseTube worked is, it featured every channel, also the recent videos of each channel, and if you always the latest video was showing first. So Crypto7 would do like 3 videos per week. And your friend Sami made about 10 to 12 videos per day. So naturally, when you're that active and that productive, of course, there's always a Sami video on the front page. But it's simply because of that. It's not for any preferential treatment or whatever. And this then created this whole hullabaloo, really, between Crypto7 and the PulseTube, and like he was complaining about the Sami is preferred, and then it became a whole Twitter discussion. Then I stepped in because I'm for so long, helping bug reporting, adding new streamers, saying, hey, there's a new Hex channel, don't you want to list those guys? So I know from those conversations how the site works, but I have nothing to do with it, like zero. That's not another headache that I need either. So, but I stepped in on the X to, of course, support and help defend and try to clear the situation that it's all about who is the most productive. Of course, you get more videos shown. And then he blocked me from that. He legally threatened then the PulseTube guys to take down his channel, like a cease and desist order. Absolutely crazy. After they promoted his shit for years, he threatened Toby here with some other stuff on that channel. So absolutely mind-boggling. So the only channel, and I'm just saying this to explain, the only channel that is not listed on the PulseTube is the UK's biggest streamer, because he asked for it, he requested it, and not because of any gatekeeper or any other bullshit. Right?
DJ, that's a pretty long way of saying that Crypto7's retarded.
Thank you. So that's that story. And up until
dance
this day,
around it, Peter.
I've never been public about it, but today I kind of had to get that off my chest because it's so annoying. Anywho, so the new website is called cryptovideos.io, and this is how it's looking. So this is just a placeholder right now. Hold on, let me get our...
Is that our logo right in the middle?
Our logo? Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, exactly.
We're right on there, dude. Yes.
So first of all, you have now, because it's now the theme of the time, you have these bubbles. Everybody has a crypto bubble. So it shows all kinds of channels.
These are chubbles.
In bubbles, exactly. Because these are channel bubbles, we call them chubbles.
I'm getting a chubble right now.
Right? Not gerbils. chubbles. And you can also make these move around like this. You know,
can you make what the heck's like, bump all the bad guys out of there? And
you can have a Wild SJ bumping crypto coffee. Chase crypto coffee around the thing. So you can play with that. You can rearrange it. So that's one feature. And you see already here, whoever is currently live gets a red spinning circle, and whoever has a stream scheduled has an orange circle, right?
But we're live. Where's our spinning circle? Do we have it?
It's red and spinning. Don't you see?
Wow.
Enhance.
Okay. My screen is like 2 inches size because I want to be able to read the
problem,
chat.
Papa B.
I was always 2 inches. Shut up, man. Thank you, Peter.
Dorsey says, "Can you still get the chubbles, Papa B?"
I can. Too many chubbles.
So who has a stream scheduled is orange. Like Jim Rat Crypto, he wants to do one tomorrow morning. Jim Rat is back, by the way. Crypto in the morning. For
how nice to take the whole
Pulsechain
bear market off.
2-year anniversary, even though it's not tomorrow. It was 13th, right, when we launched? 13th of May? And tomorrow is the 12th.
Mid-ish May, yes.
What do I know? So when you then click on a chubble, like RH Max, for example.
Yep. Friend of the show.
Then it doesn't do it. Okay, I have to reload. Hold on.
Wow.
So as I was saying, when you click on a chubble, where is RH Max here? Doesn't do it. Okay, anyway. RH Max. Where's RH Max gone? Ooh. Something something reloaded in the background.
Nice.
All right, now it works. Okay, so sometimes it's updating. So when you open this up, you then see the latest videos of RH Max, for example, down here. If you hover over with the mouse, you see then how long ago that stream was. You see some generic information, how many subscribers, how many videos. And when you click on the RH Max logo, it would take you to his YouTube channel. Now,
nice.
The thing you notice here is that there are a bunch of chubbles that have nothing to do with us. Like the Crypto Lark. Remember this guy?
Ooh. Lark Davis
and here the face and all kinds of big streamers. There's also Ivan on Tech here. You see?
Yay, friend of the show.
So at the top right corner, you have a selection of all chains, or Bitcoin streamers, Ethereum, Solana, and also Pulsechain. If you click on Pulsechain, then it's just us.
Look how many there are.
As it always used to be. Yeah, we have 140 YouTube channels at least. But the idea of having everybody on here is outreach marketing, to push this site.
Outreach.
Not rage.
Outreach.
No, not rage.
Outreach. Thank you, Toby. To everybody in crypto. And when they use this site potentially to see who is currently streaming about crypto across all chains, and we're always pushing the Hex and Pulsechain people in the mix with it, so that eventually they gonna click on Richard Hart's channel, for example. So that is the main idea. That's why the other guys that we usually don't promote are on here too. But if we go to Pulsechain, the biggest trouble, pun intended, is of course Richard Hart, and it is
not to be confused with a chortle.
You guys are killing me. So because he has the most subscriber, meaning 151,000 YouTube subs. Second largest is Crypto Coffee, 41. And then I think it's Sami after that. Sadly, not. We wish. Here is Sami with 34,000, right? So the size of the trouble gives you a hint on how big the channel is. But then The size of the shovel. That sounds weird. And then
sounds
again,
really
it's,
bad.
Double
it's the
measuring
same
contest.
thing about who is live right now. Oh, you see here, Discourse Syndicate just went live. And that's kind of how it works.
Of course he did. Thanks, RG.
Yeah, thanks for streaming over us. Fantastic.
Arr.
Great work. But there is more. But wait, there is more. There is AI analysis of all the streams. Oh, you see here, here's my Twitch chubble. So when it's Twitch, it has a purple chubble. Nice.
It's a purple chubble double
Poopa chupa.
in a biddle battle bubble.
That's right.
If your chubble is purple, you might want to see a doctor.
So
That's right.
our channel, I took the liberty to upload our panel from the latest RH Max PulseCon 2055 on here. Yeah.
Ah.
As a video, and already like 60, 80 people watched that. Thank you very much.
Wow.
Cool.
Smash the likes, by the way, and click the follow up. So I know that Toby here, we were talking about broader crypto, and Toby said something along the lines of the odds are already against you when you are in crypto. 99% of this shit goes to zero, right? That's what you said.
I did.
So when I now go to the search box up here, and then I type in goes to zero.
My face
Toby's face comes up. No. And then I click enter, and then you see this.
Oh, wow.
So this is an AI, how do you call this? A tangle web we weave? This is a web
a spider web, yeah.
of all the Pulsechain channels. You see up here, Pulsechain. Whoever said goes to zero, and we should be here somewhere. Ah,
There it
you
is.
see?
Bam.
There
Right
it is.
Hey.
Enhance. Oh, we can zoom in. You see? Stuff
Nice.
goes to zero for real. And so, educators are blah, blah. And it has the actual video where this was said.
Nice.
What?
Isn't
That's
this
pretty cool.
amazing?
This is amazing.
So you click on that video. Hey, where's the movie? Stop, stay here.
Wait, your catcher's crowding this out again?
Hey, control your chubble, man.
No, it's messing with me. Anyway, so I click that chubble, and then it starts playing the video. That's one. And then down here, just double check if I'm still on screen. Yes. It has an AI analysis of that whole show that we did.
Nice.
It has a core thesis, panel discussion reflecting on the current state, future possibilities of Hex and Pulsechain.
Wow.
That's amazing. Main topics: Hex token, Pulsechain, sacrifice phase analysis. Yes, we spoke about that. Community engagement, future of crypto. Yeah, the what are you doing in the year 2055? So it caught that. Key insights, emphasis on do your own research. Time frames, we did the short-term outlook, the longer-term outlook. Mentioned risks. There it is.
All right. RH Max is in the chat. Yeah,
okay.
Hey, how you doing?
99% of crypto goes to zero.
Nice.
You see? Misinformation in crypto, reliance on AI that hallucinates sometimes. I think that's a statement that RH Max did. Unaddressed risk, smart contract, regulatory risk, market volatility, the keywords, the tokens. We spoke about Hex, Pulse, XRP. I can't remember XRP. Oh, yeah, my story with the XRP army guy. Yeah. So the AI listens, you guys.
Hey, I got a question. While we're on the subject of AI.
Yes.
Don't you think with the way AI is going that these graphic interfaces are great for the human touch and feel, but someday AI is going to, your own custom AI is going to tap into this, collect what you want, and just do the TLDR on everything. It's like, good morning. These guys are idiots talking about this subject today. Do you want to be bothered by it, or do you just want me to tell you what's up?
That, yes, but also the way we did it just now with the Goes to Zero, you could take any topic that, you're interested in, and then it gives you that very show, and then you can still watch that show and not just read the TLDR, but you don't have to listen or watch all this other stuff that may or may not interest you. Like that is that's your secretary on the online.
It is. She's on line 1. It says that Kanye West wants to know what I'm doing. Yeah. He's like, is this guy legit or is he full of shit, Papa? And I'm saying, nah, just ignore him.
But I find this really, really a fantastic feature. And the people we spoke about in that stream, Richard Hart, Eric Wall, Brett Garlinghouse, Aubrey de Grey, Elon Musk, is all true. And then, and here's the final bit, it gives you a hot link to where 99% of the stuff goes to 0 was actually said. And then you click that.
There's going to be all kinds of other stuff on the chain. And this, one of the things that we do preach, I know we have like infotainment as kind of our shtick and we try to be funny with it. But the reality is that everyone, if they're in DeFi, they need to have at the forefront of their mind DYOR. And that doesn't mean listening to talking heads. Doesn't mean listening to founders. It's like do real research.
Right. And then
that sounds like
that sounds so
Obi-Wan Chabobi.
It's amazing. Then it jumps right to that moment. So you can really use this as a research and make use of it. And you see how many people else spoken about, like Ivan on Tag has a whole encyclopedia about it goes to 0.
Goes to 0.
Yeah, and then it also works on the mobile. So on the mobile, you have other functionality slightly different, like the search function that we just showed only works on the desktop, if I'm right. And on a mobile, it's more with the finger, so you can swipe a trouble away, and then it would automatically play their latest video. And Existentialist, who's in the chat watching, that I don't see any bullshit, is still working on a listed version, like the old PulseTube used to be. So you have it either in these bubbles or you have it as a list. But I think that's fantastic work, and it's quite shocking what's possible with the AI. And the AI here didn't just analyze our video; it analyzed everybody that is on here like that. So what do you guys say?
Thumbs up, dude. This was worth getting out of bed and reviewing alone without any guests on a Sunday morning, dude.
Awesome. To leave my mom's Mother's Day party early.
That's right.
That.
So that's
Mom, do you feel that we spent enough time together?
They might be watching. My sister came over as I was leaving. So, sis, Mom, happy Mother's Day if you're watching.
Happy Mother's Day.
So
and happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there that are tuning in.
That's right. That's
right. Have a nice
and all the future mothers.
Oh. Peter, do you have an announcement?
Ahead. Yeah.
No, Peter, do you have an announcement?
No, not
Peter. Your pullout game is weak.
Yikes. Careful with that.
So let me check chat if there are any questions here.
Yeah, I saw a cool comment from Sunlight, I believe.
I see one from Raimono. He's not the UK biggest streamer. He's a twat.
Oh, wow. That's funny. Sunlight mentioned something that I would imagine Maddie's probably already on, living in Austin, but he was talking about Maddie going to the Mothership, which is Joe Rogan's club, and dropping a bunch of Hex postcards.
Okay.
Good idea.
That's
good idea. If Maddie's listening and hasn't thought of it himself already, Sunlight, great idea.
Sarge Max is here. Salute.
Yeah.
I'm going to go live now to Pump.
Titty Flex, this is not the Omnitrix, although it is very Ben 10.
Oh, yeah, that's the one.
Wow,
Richard,
you know
Richard
the Ben
had,
10
right?
terminology, my friend.
I Googled it.
Yeah, bullshit.
I swear to God, it's right here. I literally was like,
AI.
Ben 10 watch. What is that? Is it something cool? I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't have
my
children,
kid's
so I don't watch a lot of
birthday
children.
was Ben 10 stuff.
So,
Hey guys, I gotta go.
Yes.
See you.
Oh, wow. Okay.
See you Thursday, maybe. Hopefully.
Maybe.
Come on.
Maybe, hopefully.
Hey, there is no more bank holiday,
Don't
so
forget
it's very probable.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Right on.
Well, can you leave any positive remarks about things?
All season.
Because
All season.
All season.
All season is
ETH
coming.
35% in 30 days. All season. Bye-bye.
See you, Peter. Good to see you, bro.
Take care, Peter.
All right.
on.
So
There you
no
go.
real questions. Everybody is flabbergasted.
Yeah, everyone's like, "Why are you on?" What are you doing?
What are you doing?
Because Toby's
What
going to
is
give us
percent of-
hope with his charting.
I mean, I can throw some charts up. I've always got the charts at the ready if you guys want to.
Yeah, we can get
I
to
don't know
that.
how much different has happened since Thursday, but we went through kind of quick on Thursday, so we can revisit those. Let me see here, entire screen.
Oh, we like to see. We like to get hope from retracements as well, right?
Yeah, there's some interesting stuff. Let me go ahead and get the screen share going.
In a segment that we lovingly call and then it was black.
No, I was still on this question here. What is the percentage of Pulsechain streams being infiltrated into other chains? Well, that's the big, that's what we will find out if we.
Well, I have noticed and I mean, this is going to happen, right?
Yeah.
I mean, anytime there's green candles and there's some positive news, and the Johnny Come Latelys, jump on the bandwagon. I've noticed more influencers talking about Pulsechain now. It seems like it's starting to seep into other. I mean, like Crypto Rand's talking about it positively. Ivan. I mean, they've always talked about it a little bit here and there, but as of late, they've talked more positively about it. I believe RH Max actually posted something about some of the larger streamers that are talking about Pulsechain. So I think there's going to be some bleed over, and the more of those people that start to talk about things, it's just going to branch out because people are looking for opportunity, right? So
yeah.
The more people that become aware of it, the more likely they are to dig in, and a percentage of those will join us in Hexaco.
Woo! That's right, but shout out to Hexistentialist here. It's his side. There's also Tiny Widow who's assisting with some of the graphics, as far as I know, and he does this like a project from the heart. He's not getting as a volunteering Hexicans who took on this mega task to code that site and develop that site further. So we always had the PulseTube, which was already a lot of work, and now you can imagine with this AI integration. That's version 2.0. So salute you and thank you for your constant contributions to the site. Follow Hexistentialist on the X and also at the PulseTube. The link is cryptocoins.io. Everything is down in the description. So that was just a little sneak preview, really. So there's more features to come, but it's really very, very cool. Everybody's making use of the AI, right?
Tip of the hat to Togash. And then, Deej, when we met in Vegas, was that...
Yes.
Was that
20? Gave me COVID.
Was that 21?
20.
David Feeder. I got it from David Feeder's beard.
It was 22.
Ew!
22
after the top.
Well, he's very, very tall. So when I hugged him, it was like, here's his face, here's my face. So
right into got a face full of beard.
Face full of beard. Face full of beard, so I'm fairly certain. He might have not had COVID, but that beard picked up some COVID.
Oh, God.
I'm just saying. It's like a big air filter hanging off your face. So
we're here, and we got 200 people watching. Let's take a look at
that's a pretty good turnout.
With Toby.
Hey,
we did it. We're there. We're
right into the big boy, Bitcoin. And as we've seen from all the way back in the Chattahoochee, as I like to say, for my country music fans out there, this white ascending channel has been going on way back, way back, like 2012, I think, is like the tippy top of when it first hit this top line. Hit it again in 17, 18, hit it again in 21 twice. Rode along the bottom all the way from November of 22 up until finally breaking off the bottom in October of 23, worked along the midline, came up, and we got a double top here in January of 25 in anticipation of the Trump win, and then after the inauguration, which I called. Thank you very much. And then we developed this nice yellow parallel channel here that we deduced could possibly be a big bull flag. So if that is indeed a bull flag and we break out of that, the measured move of that bull flag would take us up around 160,000, I believe.
Oh,
the full measured move of the white channel, if we were to be so lucky, And depending on when it breaks out, could get us up around 200K Bitcoin. So that's kind of what I'm anticipating going into the summer. Is my target's 200. We could get some over exuberance and maybe hit 250. But 200 is kind of what I'm leaning toward as a top for Bitcoin. We have this fractal here that we brought over from the all-time highs back in 2021. And we're just kind of playing around with it here a little bit to lay it in. And if you recall, the top in 21 was in April. So everything is shifted about 3 to 4 weeks. So I just shifted that over, and lo and behold, we are following that trend line, or that fractal. So it'll be interesting to see if that fractal plays out and we just kind of ride along the top of this white channel through July. So we'd be up to about 100, and we'd get up to about 110, 112. And then just kind of gradually grind up to around 115,000. If the fractal is true, it's going to have a pullback in late summer, and then we get another go at the end of the year. So we'll see. Fractals are kind of like, reading tarot cards through a crystal ball. So it's speculation on top of speculation on top of speculation. So it's fun when they line up, but I don't put a lot of credence in fractals. What I do like, though, is parallel channels. I like my parallel channels. And this one has played out quite nicely. When we had the breakdown of the top that we hit in January, the measured move down, we hit almost to a tick, actually overextended it a bit and got us down to about $74,000 Bitcoin, double bottom there, came back into the channel, and we are now at, let me zoom into this so you can see better at home. And I can get that fractal out of the way just so it's not cluttering things up. Let's hide that guy for now. All right. So you can see here we are at the top of the channel, and we bounced off of that. This is a daily. So we bounced off of the top of that yellow channel now. 1, 2, 3. This is the 4th day of it. So we're right at the top of that channel now. We're well above all the EMAs. We've got some golden crosses in there. All that's very bullish. If we can continue this move, the measured move of this yellow channel would get us above the top of the white channel. So that would be significant. As you may notice from just a moment ago, when I looked back, we never, ever have broken out above the top of the white channel. So that's going to be the deal breaker this time around. Can we finally break above the top of the white channel? And I think we're gonna. I think this is a cycle that we finally do it and get some nice hockey stick action sometime later this summer with Bitcoin, and see where that goes. So for now, what I'm looking at is the top of this channel. If we do retrace, I could see some resistance at the 10 EMA around 98.9, 99,000. If we come back down to the midline of the channel, you're looking around 97,000, which should also line up with the 21 EMA. So, there could be a pullback here. Lots of price action around that $97,000, $98,000 measured or line rather. I would personally, I think that would be a bear trap. I think that people would be like, oh man, that's it. We're coming back down. I think I'd be very careful selling in this region. If we did pull back, if anything, I would be reloading. If we come back down that low, it'd be really, really unexpected for us to go all the way back down to 90,000, which would be the bottom of the channel. But, crazier shit's happened. So I think, it's kind of like, if you're beating on a door, eventually you're going to break it down, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4 days in a row, we're banging on this top line. So a lot of times that indicates that you're getting ready to break out definitively. So we'll see what happens in the coming week. I know that there's some good news coming out with the trade talks with China, some other stuff in the macro that's looking good. Ethereum doing great. So it'd be interesting to see if some of that kind of bleeds over to Bitcoin and we finally break above this yellow channel definitively and get ourselves up to around 113K. And then maybe see what we do there if we play around with that for a while, or when we start to make the full breakout in the measured move to 200K. So moving on to Hex, the first Hex, the one and only, the OG Hex,
E-Hex,
Richard's firstborn, E-Hex. We have a big white parallel channel on this one as well. This one, however, is a descending, and that's all the way back from our all-time high back in September of 2021. And then we had this nice little channel forming in the middle of our broader white channel. And I am pleased to say that even since Thursday, we've had some significant movement up. Yeah. And we have broken this orange channel and we're kind of chopping around here sideways. We're above all the EMAs, 21, 55, 100, the 10, and even the 200 EMA. So right now we're kind of using the 200 EMA as support. at around the 0027 mark. Technically, we have broken the top of this orange channel. The measured move of that, oddly enough, I love confluences. The measured move of that would take us up to the top of the white channel, which would take us up to about a 006. And then if we, can get some continuation there and break the white channel, which we have not been able to break since September of 21, if we can break that top of that white channel, the full measured move on that big bad boy gets us up to about 8.5 cents. Yeah. So that's the where I'm anticipating us going at the bare minimum. There's lots. What's interesting about eHex compared to the others is that we have a ton of history, right? eHex has been around for 5 years. So, we've got resistances and supports all the way up to 52 cents. So there's going to be areas where we're going to bump up against some resistance. It's going to turn into support and we're going to ladder our way up. So I don't.
But when Toby says bare minimum, he's not giving forward.
It's financial advice. It's absolutely financial advice. You don't buy anything you're an idiot.
It's not forward projecting.
Mortgage your house, sell your car, sell your body.
Take on a loan.
Take out loans. Apple's heard me. I've taken out some loans. That's not financial advice. It's very, very odd.
Let's just, get back to SAC levels. That would already be,
that'd be
a big thing for everybody, which was 2 cents for eHex.
Yeah, and unfortunately, not to belabor that point, but it's like, SAC levels are kind of an arbitrary number. Not very many people really paid 0001 that sacked. Most were considerably below that, somewhere between 4 zeros and a 6 and 4 zeros and a 4. That's the range that the vast majority got their pulse at. So we're getting precariously close to that. So let's go ahead and jump ahead to let's just go ahead and jump over to Pulse since we're talking about it. Pulse has had a nice move up since the beginning of May. We get a little bit of a pullback now, back down to the midline of this channel. I have this little squiggle in here, kind of anticipating what we might do, and it looks like we're playing that out pretty nicely. So dreams do come true sometimes. So we've got this nice move up, pulled back a bit here. We are resting just above the 100 EMA right now. We've got a golden cross on the 21 and 55 EMA, so that's really bullish. So it looks like
hold on, we got a super chat. Wow.
Hey.
From Paladin.
Nice.
YYZ. Go easy on Papa. His screen just got out of the pool.
Indeed. Thank you, Paladin.
Thank you for the 20 American. Appreciate it.
Yeah, the 20 American.
20 American.
Greenbacks.
And how about them apples? So
that's very generous. Thank you.
So on Pulsechain, we pulled back a bit. We're right at the midline of this yellow ascending channel. So that's healthy. You can't just go up forever. Some pullbacks and cooling off and some consolidation is good. It builds you a new base. As you can see where we're resting, there is a bottom here, a top there, a top there, top. And now we're using that area as support at, what is that? Quadruple 036-ish, somewhere in that range, 35. So yeah, so that is a strong support, I would say. We wicked below it. Down to the 100 EMA and the midline of the channel. We're back right on it now. So it'd be if I had to guess, I'd say we're going to continue to build from here. Maybe next resistance we'd be looking at is around this level, which is the quadruple 04, and then on up to the 200 EMA, which is quadruple 041. Ideally, we can get out of that and up to the top of the yellow channel, which would also be the midline of the broader orange channel, which is the entire history of Pulsechain, right? So this big descending parallel channel that Richard Hart pointed out, that I'm gladly following suit with. The midline of that is right at quadruple 044. So it'd be interesting to see if we can get to that and bust through it. If we can, the measured move on that's going to get us up to around quadruple 077. Marching on up to the top of the channel, we're looking at SAC rate, right? So if we can get to SAC rate, what I'm anticipating is SAC rate sometime between now and beginning of July. So over the next 7 to 8 weeks. Obviously this is all just highly speculative. the breakout of this orange channel, if we do indeed get above that, we're looking at about 8.5 times SAC rate. So about 3085 is.
But for now, same as the December pump, Hex is running away. Like Hex
seems to be the leader of the pack. Hex in particular has done exceptionally well and seems to be a bit of a leading indicator. So we'll see if everything else can continue to follow suit. And people can resist the urge to be sell pressure, right? Yes. So we can look at Hex on Pulsechain. Coming over here, we've got some nice movement here. Had some resistance at its midline, wick down below that, came back, busted through. We're trying to get ourselves up to the 55 EMA. We're well above the 21 EMA currently. Next resistance I'd be looking at is a penny, which is going to be psychological resistance as well as the 55 EMA. If we can get to the top of this white channel, the measured move on that is going to put us well back into the previous pattern of the yellow channel, nearly to its midline, which the measured move on that would take us to about 4.5 cents, 4.25, something like that. And then if we can continue that breakout, get to the top of the yellow channel and then break that one, top of the yellow channel could be anywhere from, depending on how quickly we get there. Let's say we get there sometime in June, you'd be looking at about 9.5 cents. If we get there later in June to July, you're looking at around 10, 11 cents. The measured move on the yellow channel breaking out would get us actually all the way up to 46 cents. So if you recall from just a moment ago, I was saying Hex, we're looking at about 8.5 cents. For P-Hex, we're looking at 46 cents. Add those together, that's 54 cents. That would be a combined all-time high. Personally, I still think that Hex is going to make a new all-time high all on its own. I just feel like, Richard's not an asterisk guy. So I don't think he's going to be satisfied with that. Now, I'm not saying he's going to do anything to facilitate that necessarily, but I think that, with low liquidity and the FOMO and the ease of access on Ethereum in particular, people that are not, savvy with bridging and all the rest, their first exposure to Hex is going to be Hex, right? So I think there's tremendous upside there. And I believe that will bleed over to the Pulsechain tokens, because people will be wondering like, hey, what else did this guy create? This thing's going ape shit. What else is going on? And then, that's going to bleed over into the Pulse stuff. So how quickly that translates, time will tell. Seems like it's been pretty quick turnaround so far. When Hex goes, everything else goes pretty quickly thereafter. Moving on over to Pulse X, another big descending orange channel back from the beginning of the chain. Lots of action along the midline there. Came up to the top, bounced off of it a few times back in February, wicked down in April, and April was our turnaround, and we started chopping our way back up. So, right now we're well above all of the EMAs, 21, 55, 100, and 200 EMA. Nice. Got a little bit of a pullback, much like we've seen on everything else, a little cooling off, if you will, for Mother's Day. So I feel like the exuberance should pick back up here. Pulse X is really strong. I feel like it's very undervalued as far as, if not financial advice, but, if I were going to be allocating any resources to more RH Core, Pulse X is kind of the top of my list. I think it's got a great narrative. Pulse itself is a little boring. It's the gas token, right? I think it'll do really well longer term, but, with the buy and future functionality likely on the horizon for Pulse X, possibly limit orders,
the gas token,
possibly the gas token. But yeah, so Pulse X is just a more exciting narrative, right? So I think that's one to watch. Also, if you recall, when we had some significant price action to the upside previously, we did reach parity. I believe at least once with Pulse X and Pulse. Yes, I believe we're at about 20% lower.
We reached parity at the lows, though.
I don't think so.
It's kind of not what we want.
But I think there was during a pump that we got it actually.
Really?
So, all right. So on to Ink, the baby boy, the youngest of all the RH Core tokens. Kind of adjusted our channels here a little bit. I wanted to kind of incorporate what had previously I had looked at as kind of a large bear trap. It lines up pretty well with previous lows, and we have a significant number of touches here all the way back to August of 23. Obviously we had this big over exuberant topping period in March of 23 before the death tweet that knocked us down. Came back up in November, and then we were chopping down, back up, down again, rode off the bottom, and now we're coming off the bottom pretty significantly. Had a pretty good pullback here on ink. We had gotten up to nearly, what did we get up to? We went up to $1.83, almost $2.
Yeah. And then the Kanye West thing happened, right?
And then Kanye sold his ink. So
there you go.
But yeah, so we got a pretty big red candle currently on the ink chart, but still overall, I mean, you're looking at a move from May 5th to that top was 71%.
Nice.
And then, and then we pulled back from that top down 13%. So I think, if you move 71% and you get back 13, I don't think that's anything to cry about. I think that's normal. Now, if we do something like this where we come all the way up that high and then give almost all of it back, that would be very disappointing. I don't see that kind of downward pressure. It's possible, we could come back down here and test the bottom of the channel again at around $1.15 if we were to mimic this previous spike. I think with the bullishness of all the other charts, ink is likely to follow. So I would be looking for resistance at around the $2 mark, which also coincides with the 200 EMA. If we can get above that, get up to the midline, we're looking at about 270, psychological resistance at $3. And then you're looking at trying to get into the top half of the channel and the tippity top of the channel, depending on how quickly we get there. If we give it until the end of July, you're looking at around a $7 ink. The full measured move of this yellow channel that we're looking at would get us up to about $40 ink. So I think nobody would be too upset with that if we were at $40 ink by October.
Shout out to Finn Bear. It's a No Pants Sunday for him.
No Pants Sunday. I'm not standing up. I'm not standing up.
The best Sundays.
Skin Bear, more like.
In a nutshell. Oh, do you want to see ETH?
Yeah, that's the big one this weekend.
I haven't really played with this chart at all.
The comeback kid.
But here, okay, all right, hold up.
Fractals.
Did anybody just see this? I have not touched this at all.
Fractal.
Here's the fractal. Look at the fractal. I laid this fractal in way back here when we were at $1,800. And it was like, yeah, that'd be a pretty big move in the next 2 weeks to get up to 2,500. But sure as shit, that's exactly what happened. I don't like the rest of the fractal.
No, we don't want to do
just giving it back until June and then starting to make a run again and not getting back up to $3,000 until August. Could happen, it could cool off and and maybe we get back up there and start to work our way back into the channel in August, and then we get up into the channel, and then we're up to the top of the channel, which would be about 6,700. So, time will tell. We'll see what happens. The fractal's kind of fun to play with to see kind of what's there, but charts alone looking pretty nice. Bullish cross, or golden cross rather, on the 21 and 55 EMA. We're above and now coming back to retest the 200 EMA. So if we can get back in this orange channel, it would be really nice to see us get to the midline, which would be about 4,200. That is where I would be looking for some significant resistance right there. Let's see, get that horizontal line in there. Yeah, right there at those previous tops. So I could see us getting right up in this region. It's hard to say how quickly we would get there, but it could be fast. Crazier things have happened. We get to the top of the channel. Let's look at that later summer time horizon, June, July. Let's say maybe end of June. You're looking at 6,400 Ethereum. If we get the breakout, let's say we have a really nice summer, and Ethereum breaks out in August, right? Ethereum breaks out in August. The measured move on that takes you to $16,000 Ethereum. If you recall from my earlier first chart that we looked at about 15, 20 minutes ago, Bitcoin, 150 to 200,000. So if Ethereum hits 16K, you're looking at about a 10-to-1 ratio, which was kind of like the golden ticket, right? Years ago. Yep. That's what everybody was looking at, 10-to-1 ratio with Bitcoin. See.
But it's a parabolic breakout on the Pectra upgrade, and to be fair, there's lots of movement on the Ethereum chain, and the GUI is only 1.9. So maybe it has indeed.
Who needs an L2? Got gas that cheap.
Maybe it has fixed a few things. Thank you very much.
What about that S-load? We need that S-load.
Yeah,
function.
we need that S-load. Bloody hell.
Yes.
It's TA with Toby, everyone. before we bounce, let's take a quick look at what Richard's doing. So, you see, his back has bounced nicely off the lows.
We're back, baby.
It only needs $1,000 more in price, and he is break even.
38.
So that should silence all the haters. And then he also has been earning interest on all of this.
Yeah, he's been earning yield on that the whole time too. So yeah, so that should cut into the cost basis. I wonder if anyone's bothered to calculate that.
That's great to see. And also on his Twitter, he has now pinned his latest the black talking head video. No more the I want to make the world a better place, but his video with the SEC win, that is now the pinned tweet.
Hey, Papa will know this reference. What was the character on Pee Wee Herman? Mecca like a high, Mecca high knee ho.
Jambi.
Yeah, it was like floating head. Yeah.
And already 500,000 impressions on this tweet alone. So
nice.
That's pretty nice. So everybody still, help us all pump your bags by clicking this, tweet it out. He was tweeting about the Mashinsky situation that he spoke out at the time, before.
To Mashinsky's face live, he said, his face, you're a scammer.
In various spaces and crypto shows and other shows, to his face that your thing, Middleman D, is a scam. And sure enough, FTX, vanished, and so did Celsius at the time. That was pretty wild. And then he was tweeting about some places charge. Yeah, PulseX is a great place to do your swapping on Pulsechain. Some places charge a 3% skim fee while pretending to get you better deals, and then they dump it for stables and bridge it out. That sucks. So things it costs money to run these sites and do promo for it and all that. So I'm actually not against any minor fees, but it should be out in the open, and definitely it should not leave the chain. Selling and then bridging it out. I mean, what the hex?
How dare you? 3%'s pretty steep too.
Yeah, that is. I mean,
that's like
others charge 0.01 or something.
Right.
3%, and that allegedly with that very site amassed to a couple $1 million bridged out. So so he was tweeting about that, which is interesting. Sell pressure. And then he was bigging up Gibbs.finance, which is a new on-ramp fiat. And that's the latest from Richard Hart.
Things are looking good.
Huh?
Richard's back.
He's back.
That's all it took.
Back, baby.
And we're bouncing. We almost did a 1x up in a week, since the SEC verdict was out on the 6th of May. Today's the 11th, so that's pretty much not even a week. And
I can't wait till the string of you could have sold it on a doubles.
Yes. Need a few more doubles.
It's coming.
Yes.
It happens fast.
Oh, we got Robo Papa. Don't stay like this. Don't move.
Somebody flip that and put a green dildo in his hand.
So we had lots of technical difficulties, but we made it through. Thanks everybody for sticking with us. We got 255. We don't do numerology. Numerology is stupid. That's what Richard said. While everything here in Hex and Pulsechain is all about 369 and 55.
369.
But whatever. So please come through on this coming Thursday. We got a big one for you. We got Crypto Coffee joining us finally on the show for a good old chat and conversation. Let's check in with him on what he's been up to. And as we said earlier, After Richard is our second biggest channel on YouTube. He gets the views, he gets the engagements, he gets the likes. So we feel very honored that he's joining us on the show here. Right?
Sweet.
And on that note, it's an outro. Thanks for watching, everybody. We see you on the next one. Outro.